Hi guys, welcome to Unisys Weekly Fundamental Analysis. First of all, we'll look into Euro. The epidemic is well controlled and the economy will restart. Christmas in Europe may be more lively than the US, so the Euro may continue to rebound and hit the 1.20 mark. Okay, this is due to the epidemic continues to raging. People are worried whether Europe and the US will miss this year's Christmas consumption season in the US. So on 15th of November, JP Morgan Chase said that compared to the US, Europe may be able to celebrate this year's Christmas better. Europe's infections rate has declined due to proper restrictions and declining population movements. It is expected to restart the economy before Christmas. So this is expected to boost the euro against the dollar to continue to rise. The US will face the second wave of epidemic, and most of Americans do not plan to travel on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So many Wall Street people believe that even if the vaccine progresses, it will certainly not immediately stimulate the economy. A new study shows that 72% of Americans are unlikely to travel on Thanksgiving and 69% are unlikely to travel on Christmas. This makes the challenges faced by the US travel industry even more severe and undoubtedly hits the US economy recovery and consumption. This reflects some economic reality that this year's tourist season will be very bad. So as of the week of October, 31st of October, the occupancy rate of the hotels nationwide in US was only 44.4%, significantly lower than 62% in the same period last year. So the occupancy rate of city hotels is only 35.6%, down from 71.8% a year ago. We can see how terrible is the current tourism market in the US. So overall, euro against dollar is expected to rise. Next, we'll look into the pound. The pound jumped about 30 points to a new high in nearly a week. Okay, so the pound rose by about 30 points to a 4-day high of 13254 against the US dollar in a short term. It is reported that Brexit negotiators will finalize a trade agreement as early as next week. However, Brexit officials warn that Brexit negotiations may still break down. The same, we need to pay attention for the next week, only that we can judge. So, next, we'll look into the US dollar. Pfizer formally submitted an emergency vaccine authorization. The US dollar plummeted and the global single day increase reached a new high. So on 20th of November, Pfizer has formally submitted an emergency use of authorization request for the new COVID-19 vaccine to the FDA. Affected by this news, the US dollar index quickly gave up the previous gains, or will harvest 7 consecutive declines. The euro the US dollar rose in the short term, almost recovering all the lost ground. Spot gold fell slightly earlier. US Treasury Secretary also asked the Fed to return the funds that had not been used in the epidemic rescue plan. So the news diluted the previous optimism and made the safe haven dollar stop falling and rebound. So in the early reports also say that the US Senate Democratic leader Schumer said on Thursday that Senate Republican leader McConnell has agreed to resume negotiations on the COVID-19 rescue plan. Right? So next we'll look into Goldman Sachs also predicts that the US dollar will continue to fall and may fall another 6% in the next year. The well-known investment bank Goldman Sachs had told clients that they expect the recent decline in the dollar to continue in 2021 because the dollar is still significantly overvalued. The Goldman Sachs stated that their research shows that the dollar is overvalued by about 10% by standards and may fall by 6% in the next year. So Goldman Sachs economist Zach Pano said the Fed also reduced interest rates to zero, and its new policy framework should result in negative long-term, short-term real interest rates. In our view, the combination of high valuations and negative real interest rates makes the outlook for the dollar is turning downward. The economist also believes that even if the US economy performs well, the rapid recovery of the global economy will put pressure on the US dollar as a safe haven. Alright, last but not least, we'll look into next week's forex calendar. So next week, the market will usher in a series of heavy economic data such as PMI data from Europe and US, the PCE price index of the US, and the third quarter GDP revised data of the US, and so on. So this will be the list. So as usual, we must be aware if you would like to trade on the news, okay, as it will be a bigger fluctuation. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.